What is going on, Bulls Nation? Welcome back again for another video. And speaking of welcome back the GOAT, Alex Caruso. Boy, I'm just happy to see him play again. And I wasn't expecting much. Honestly, it's first game back after being gone for almost 2 months. And you'd expect some rust coming out of Caruso. Also, Levine was not playing tonight. So and I get it, like Cleveland is decimated as a team as well. But hey, they're still a pretty good team. They're in the playoffs. As a matter of fact, this game is important because we're almost tied with Boston for fourth and fifth. You don't want to slide all the way down to sixth or seven. Seven, you're in the play-in basically. So this game is important not to only to elevate us in the standings, but also to avoid being sixth. And we did that because we win against Cleveland. That means they go down, and the more cushion we do have against them in the standings. Now, boy, the atmosphere was different. Even though we're missing Levine, you see it. You see the Caruso effect. Like the bounce is different when it comes to the Bulls. The defensive assignments, the rotation. Vooch looks terrific in this game defensively. He doubled. He's blitzing the screen. The rotation is on point. Yes, the Cavs are hitting some shots, but honestly, it never felt like the Cavs had any chance. It almost feels like when the Bulls are playing, let's say the Sixers, even though they close the gap, it feels like the Bulls were never gonna win. And this is how it felt like. It just felt like the Cavs were just not gonna win. Like there's no shot for the Cavs to win. And boy, I'm looking at this, the stats right now. Again, like I said, it never felt close, right? Even though the scores, suggest otherwise. I mean, it's a 10-point lead, but it just felt a lot more dominant win than this. And that's a good thing because it's a statement win for the Bulls, regardless, of Levine being out. And I understand Levert and Jared Allen and Marketing is out, but hey, so is most of our guys. Here it is. But the field goal percentage, like if you look at the box score, it looks like it's pretty even. Field goal, we're only above like 3% or so. But steals, look at this, 7 for Cleveland and 12 for the Bulls. Out of those 12, 4 is by Caruso. This is how he impacts the game. And look at this stat right here. The 3-point percentage for Cleveland is 20%. 5 out of 24, while it's 42.9 for the Bulls. This is what happens when you have perimeter defense. It also helps you out inside. So, and not only that, this is a big one as well. Fast break points, because as you know, steals most of the time leads to fast break. And the Bulls outscored them by 10 in fast break points. Those are amazing stats right there, being generated by almost one guy, because our fast break points are almost non-existent, and Lonzo's not even playing yet. Can you imagine when Lonzo and Caruso and Billy Donovan likes to play, 3-guard rotation. So I wouldn't be surprised, like if DeMar goes to power forward in some stretches and we go with a lineup like what he did before with Lonzo, Caruso, Levine, and DeRozan. That is a deadly lineup right there. And we still have Patrick Williams on waiting. From what I've heard, Patrick Williams is sooner than Lonzo. Even though I would want to have Lonzo first, because at stretches it still feels like we're lacking that playmaker, that point guard. And don't get me wrong, I love Ayo. He's a godsend to us. Everyone appreciates what Ayo does bring to the table. His defense tonight against Garland, my goodness, he's amazing. But, I still want to see Lonzo out there, regardless of how good Ayo is. There's just something like the ball awareness and the overall IQ that Lonzo brings to the table as well. Not that Ayo doesn't bring it, but hey, and his size, you can't replace Lonzo's size as well. We're just going to be more destructive defensively. Can you imagine that? And then on the, when they do a sub, Ayo and I love the fact that Ayo and Kobe's getting some reps together, because they're the ones who's going to come off the bench, the moment that Lonzo comes back. So that familiarity, they're getting familiar with each other. That I think that's going to help in the long run. But this is amazing. I mean, I love seeing this kind of Bulls basketball. And again, this is just a one man having this effect on the overall look for the Bulls, and you can see that when he was being interviewed by Stacy and Adam Amin towards the post game. You see Zach coming over and Tristan Thompson. The camaraderie of this team is amazing. They genuinely like each other. So we're coming back, man. We're back. This is I know it's the Cavs, but it's just a sample size of what the Bulls could be when they start getting their guys back. This is what I'm talking about. The fast break points, we do severely lacking that because I always think like a one-man fast break. But when you got like Caruso running the break with you, and Caruso made some on-point passes, out of a steal as well. When you got those kind of dogs outside, it makes a whole lot easier for, the inside guys like Vooch because somebody's hounding the ball handler. And Vooch does not need to, stress himself out whether he's going to drop on the zone or he's going to show. Especially on the last play, you can see Caruso's basketball IQ. They know they need a three, so every pick and roll at that point, towards the latter stage, he's going over basically. He's not going under because they know they're down by 10. So he's communicating with the guys. It was like, where the pick is coming from. My goodness, can you imagine once they sub our offensive guys and they started running, let's say with Caruso, the bench players, Caruso, let's say Io, you got Derek Jones and Tristan Thompson. Those are defensive lockdowns right there. My goodness, I mean, it'll be a sight to see. And then you put Derek Jones in there. If they have a big lead and they just want to give those guys a rest, put the scoring load to Io and maybe have Kobe White running the three. Woo, that is some nice lineup right there. But I'm excited, Bulls Nation. I am excited. I hope you are too. This was a great game. Hopefully we win the game on Monday. We should. I think it's against the Kings. So that's another streak in the making. Let's keep on piling up those wins, get us better in the standings, and we'll see what it brings us. So again, thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're a Bulls fan, and I'll see you guys in the next video.